It never fails. The first hot day of the year, you have customers coming in complaining that their vehicle is overheating. Diagnosing this problem can be difficult if you don't look at the vehicle as an entire system. I've got a strategy that you can use to help solve these problems faster and get that customer back on the road. Tip number 1, check the coolant level. If the system doesn't have enough coolant in it, well, it's going to overheat. And if the vehicle is overheated, well, chances are it's expelled coolant out of either one of the caps or one of the reservoirs. So first address the amount of coolant in the system. The next thing to do is to make sure that coolant is flowing through the system. In some cases, you can check the thermostat housing and the temperature of it between the radiator and the engine block to make sure that the thermostat's opening and properly controlling the temperature of the engine. Tip number 3, use a scan tool. A scan tool can be invaluable on today's modern vehicles because they typically have more than one temperature sensor. There may be one in the radiator and maybe even a few in the block. To diagnose these, you're going to need to look at the data stream from the sensor itself to confirm that it's properly reading the correct temperature in the engine block. The next is to look at the cooling fans and how they operate. This is where a scan tool comes into its own because you could see the fans being kicked on through the scan tool. And in some cases, if you have the right scan tool and the right software, you could turn on the fans on your own to confirm operation. If they're not working, well, you need to trace that circuit all the way from the fan itself to the module controlling it. So if you look at an overheating problem as the entire system as far as the coolant, the cooling fan, the thermostat, and all of the sensors on the vehicle, and tie it all together into a complete diagnostic, you're going to solve a cooling problem right the first time and get that customer back on the road and back on their summer vacation in some cases. I'm Manager Markel. Thank you very much.